Hello. We have somber news. Today, Eddie brutally attacked and mauled actually a household name in entertainment today. I regret to inform you that Eddie has mutilated Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
He's
ruined his basketball career forever.
Completely severed his arm. I know there was a lot of hype.
It was both arms.
Okay, it was both. I'm sorry. I thought at the time that I saw the attack, it was only one arm. So
you can't have hands anymore.
I know. I believe all of the primary filming for Space Jam was finished, which I think was foremost in everybody's minds as we
don't worry, Space Jam is still going to come out.
Space Jam 2 still on track to come out as far as we know. Bugs Bunny's injury will not affect that. So there you go.
But I wouldn't expect Bugs to be in the future Space Jam unless he has some sort of robot limbs, which is very possible.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, everyone. I hate to really start off the stream on a somber note.
It's very sad. All right, well,
Fellini
and Rush Face.
Okay.
So Fellini's our only 3-0 tonight.
Eddie gets a treat. Oh my! How can you reward this behavior?
Hey, do you want a treat real quick?
How can you reward this behavior? He was already munching on other stuff. Look at this. That's the face of a vicious attack animal. Vicious. He protect. He mostly bark.
That's a protecting.
You see him when people come in the house. Yeah. Okay.
His bark box was Space Jam themed. He got a Bugs Bunny that was holding a basketball out like this, and I looked over after I gave it to him, and the basketball was on the ground elsewhere with an arm attached and a hand attached. His arm had been chewed off at the shoulder, and his other hand had been chewed off at the wrist. Now there's just a basketball with some Bugs Bunny hands hanging out. He also got a Porky Pig that he has not treated so horribly.
Yeah. In fact, there may be evidence that he was protecting the Porky Pig from me. I would never steal an Eddie toy.
He gets another.
Giving Eddie another treat. This treatment of his animals. So the reason I haven't started the betting yet is because my laptop was company equipment and it has been returned.
Fudge. Okay.
So, People shake away.
Hold on, I guess I gotta figure out how to do this now.
Kelly's unique.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Stream ruined. Yeah, I know.
I go to contests here. I go to
you go to the side there.
I copy this guy.
Yeah.
And I just do this.
Yeah.
And I click on the button here.
Train start. Yep.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
I've done it. I'm learning. Okay.
8.
Same sleeves.
Yep. The decks that were in those sleeves fared particularly well. Of the decks that I had. So
you were first or I was first?
Yeah, I was first.
Okay.
I'm gonna
keep kind of bad, so
I'm gonna keep. I don't think my hand's great, but I'm gonna keep.
Leaves his job to avoid putting up bets. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was the alter.
Yeah. That is why I'm no longer employed. that exact reason. The laptop I was using wasn't even the laptop I used for work. It was my old work laptop from when it was actually bought by the company that hired me, and the company that bought that company out got me a new work laptop sometime last year. So I was just using that old laptop to run bets over here, since the company didn't ask for it back. So
The Creed Nature, play all tied up.
Yep.
Your turn.
I am going to say Logos. I'm going to information exchange and steal one. I could probably get more value out of that later, but information, infomorph and hide. And what am I playing around over here? Not Grand Alliance Council. Okay, but not infighting. All right, so and I will draw 3.
I'll say Shadows. I'll stir up trouble amongst those two.
Okay.
Place your Urchin to steal one. I'll play Gas Pipes.
Alright, I am going to say Saurian. I will play Saurium. I will play Humble on Gas Pipes. I will play Senator Quintina and Censor Philo. And it's your turn. I will draw.
Say Untamed. I'm gonna waste not the Gas Pipes to draw 2. I'll play the Youngest Bear, Meliobi, Key Frog, Youngest Bear. Your turn. Just found out today you're losing your job. Feels bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Big
Yeah.
feels bad.
Do you mind if I ask what field you were in? Yeah,
Sag is in chat, please.
Yeah.
Also have range, right? I would recommend using range.
Range is a pretty good emote for you're losing your job.
Mm-hmm.
My situation was, I would say, slightly different. I wanted out of my position, and ultimately, I think my direct boss decided to eliminate the position, so that meant that I got severance. So I wasn't like fired.
IT security. Well.
Okay. Yeah, it's not far off from what I was doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to literally kill everything that you have. So I am going to say Untamed. I am going to Reap with Spore Gorger. It gets a +1/+1 counter. And then it exalts because of Quintina. And then I'm going to Reap or so to ready and Reap with Spore Gorger, and it'll exalt again. I'll give it a +1/+1 counter, and then I'll destroy all the +1/+1 counters to do 2 damage to everything.
Job's going to India. It's contractor.
Hey, that's that doesn't sound too far from what I was dealing with.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And it is your turn. I wanted to like do other stuff that turn, but killing 4 creatures was just too good.
Alright, I'll say Starlines. I'll play Dr. Driscoll. I'll play Plasma Nozzle and Force Field on Driscoll. I'll play Unity or Discord, and then do it again. Check with 6.
Yeah. I am...
One day, Code Red, you'll be able to type an emote.
Guess I'll say Saurian. I'll play Pterodactyl. I am going to Spoils of Battle the Pterodactyl. Capture.
There we go.
Censor Philo is going to attack Driscoll, and then Quintina is going to fight Driscoll. And it is your turn. I will do.
Okay, I'll say Say Untamed. I'll fight the Spore Gorger. Enrage the Sensor Philo. I'll play Meliobi and a Flume. Your turn.
I am going to say Saurian. I'm going to play Venator Altum and Undagnathus. I'm going to unstun Pterodactyl. Sensor Philo will fight the undamaged Meliobi. And it is... Actually, if I fight the Flume, you couldn't reap with either Meliobi, so I'll fight the Flume. Okay, it's your turn. I will draw 2.
Forge.
Yeah.
I'll say Shadows. I'll say
Yeah,
Francis, Hard Simpson. I'll borrow your Saurian.
Okay.
Mine now. Your turn.
Yeah, and it's not like my country. It's not like my company didn't have a history of ransomware attacks either. So. Okay.
It's like that's like management not understanding the value of IT. I imagine, and the value of IT in house.
Yeah.
Because my goodness. Yeah, we'll save a little bit of money by subcontracting to India, but what's your response time going to look like? What's the investment from that team going to look like?
Torn here. I am going to say Logos. I'm going to play Vellum and then Final Analysis. So I'll draw 4, you will draw 4. That was not the play. My Vellum and my Hide are both going to get archived. I'm going to play Seaborg, and then I'm going to Forgive or Forget and archive. Infomorph, and I'm torn between Information Exchange or the or Final Analysis. I think I'll just get Final Analysis because you just drew a bunch, so these will go to the archives.
30 people to play 7 people? Good lord. That's crazy. Alright, yeah. I will say Shadows. I'll play Faye, Hard Simpson, and I'll walk the plank to steal 1.
Yep.
Your turn. Draw.
Yes, Edward. Can I help you? So here's the thing. If I play something that is less than 2 power, you can start reaping with like Freebooter Fae and start stealing Amber from me. Okay, I'll just put Archives in my hand and say Logos. I'll attack Seaborg into Freebooter Fae. And I will play Infomorph, Hide, and Vellum. And it's your turn.
Okay, I'll say Star Alliance. I will play Hawkins and gain 1. Play Burker. I'll put Build You Later on Burker. I will play Unity or Discord to bounce the Hawkins. I'll play Grand Alliance Council. As Star Alliance. So if I kill that, they both die, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then yes. And I'll play Hawkins in 1. Your turn. I've not seen Black Widow yet either. I was talking about Loki a little bit. I've only seen the first 2 episodes of Loki though, and I've liked those a lot. I'm excited to watch the rest of that show. You liked it? I've heard some mixed reactions to it online, but people are very critical of like off character Marvel movies. So I don't know.
I'll play Deepwater Grin. I'll play Keyforge and draw. You get 1 from the Chelonia. Sorry for my Keyforge Grin. I just drew Chelonia, that's why I said Chelonia. So I'll play Chelonia and draw. I will play Mookling, and then I am going to Reaper Sow to put 3 counters on my Chelonia or my Mookling. I'll put 3 counters on my Mookling, so that way you don't get to just kill it for free. You gotta like put some work into it. And it's your turn. I'll say check with 6, and then I'll draw 2.
I'm back into it.
It's not bad in the Captain Marvel way. Yeah, I thought Captain Marvel was like a weak movie.
I liked Captain Marvel, so that's like the difference, I guess. Is I can enjoy a movie even if it's not like amazing as far as the Marvel movies go.
So part of the reason that I thought Captain Marvel was weak because it was a '90s nostalgia movie.
That's probably why I liked it.
So I don't like. I think you can take a fairly critical eye and look at the '90s and realize that like the '90s was like an era of complete ignorance when it came to things that were happening in the world outside of the United States, right? So like when people are like talking about the '90s, they're like, "Remember Blockbuster?" You know, but it's like, yeah, but like the groundwork for what's going to come for 9/11 and what comes after is being set up, and like that there's like this vast gulf of consciousness when it comes to that. Like you're just being entertained to death. So yeah.
All right, I'll say Star Alliance, maybe. Yeah, I'll say Star Alliance.
I see. Yeah, see that's the thing is like if you're gonna make a movie, about a dead character, it feels like the story needs to be important, right? And if it's just kind of Black Widow's this is something Black Widow did before she died, then you're just kind of like
what's the meaning of it?
Well, you're just kind of like, hey, remember this cool thing Black Widow did? I know she's dead, but she did this cool thing. I really feel like the world should know about it, but it's not like vital or important or anything like that, right?
I'm gonna fight the Mookling with this Kirker.
Okay.
I will use the Creative Nature and then fight the Chelonia to solve it down. And I am done.
Okay. I'm gonna say Saurian.
Keyforge.
Hey. This deck's draw is pissing me off, dude. I'm gonna say Saurian. I'm just gonna play a bunch of idiot dinosaurs. It's your turn. I'll draw 3.
Forge.
The dinosaurs just do not belong in this deck. The dinosaurs are completely lost. The dinosaurs are how many creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Let's say Untamed. I'll play Youngest Bear. Not that this is gonna even rape, but I'm done.
Alright, my turn. I am going to Reap with Infomorph. I'm going to play Static Charge. It doesn't matter. I'm going to play Final Analysis to draw 6. I wish I could set up a Keyforge there, but I can't. So you'll draw 6, I'll draw 6. That's just the rest of my deck. Oh my god. This deck could do so much more. I should have mulliganed better. That's the moral of the story, I think. I will play Eddie. Like, I've got some, like, taxing. I just didn't have it at the right time. I'll play PS7. and I'll play Tall Mage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counters on Tall Mage. And it is your turn. I have 6.
Okay. I just had the tie this whole game.
This deck, I do not believe this deck actually has a way to take the Tide.
I'll play this Sea Urchin. I will.
Yeah, the problem is the dinos do want to come out of the deck and onto the table, and I would rather just never see the dinosaurs in this deck.
Cement Shoes Sweven. Play Mug on Eddie. Play Walk the Plank and steal 1. Your turn.
And that deck steals a decent amount of amber. I mean, I've let that deck draw a lot of cards. All right, so I am going to say Untamed. I am going to waste not the Tall Mage here. He is 8, so I will draw 4. Right. Well, the enhancement less mass mutations didn't mean it was a bad deck necessarily. Because there were a lot of like cool interactions in mass mutations beyond the
just enhancements, right?
Yeah, beyond
you'd have like more quality cards,
right? Because if you had like a ton of enhancements,
that means you have a lot of infomorphs and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. And those cards are just blank half the time unless they actually ended up with the enhancement on themselves. So,
but yeah, in this set, if you don't have a way to take the tie without taking chains, you're just like so far behind in a lot of games. Especially with these decks now, most of these decks that advance, it's seeming like have good ways to take the Tide.
Every time I draw starring cards, it's just pure agony, pure misery. I'll play Chelonia. I'll play Created Nature. I'll play Chelonia. Play Sporegorger. Play Deepwater Gun. I'll let you forge so that the game is over. I just like lose on the next turn.
I don't have forge because of Eddie.
No, I gave you one with the Deepwater Gun, so that the game is done.
Okay, cool.
I'm just like so far behind. So the Eureka and the Waste Knot were in the bottom 5 cards. I should have mulliganed better. I didn't realize this deck had such like explosive potentials. This is we've talked about it before. Roadrunner probably is the one who identified it first for us. The draw order for Dark Tidings decks matters so much. The deck plays completely differently if you, depending on which
we've had
which
a lot
way,
of just fall on their face in some matchups and then look insane in others. Right.
If I start that game, if I go first, I go Eureka into Waste Knot or something like that. I look like a maniac. I look unstoppable, right? But instead, I don't have the Tide the entire game. I generated maybe 10 total amber that game. Yeah, I mean, I have to use, like, that deck has to use Saurians to reap. And I kept blowing up the board, and maybe it was premature. I think that deck could be played better than the way I played it, but it's just like when you're playing against Shadows and Star Alliance, the actions are just so much more powerful in those 2 houses than you just playing dudes in Saurian. Right? You play like 3 Saurian creatures, you play 1 Saurian action, you get an Amber Pip.
It also helped the Rush Face didn't have to reap at all to threaten.
Yeah.
It just has a lot of pips and like action. Like
I blanked the 4 youngest bears in the deck, but I don't think that's much of an accomplishment. Alright, what board wipes am I playing around in this? No Grand Melee, but 2 Cleansing Waves. There is a Grand Alliance Council and a Maelstrom. Okay. Yeah, now don't look at me. It ain't me. Ain't my job.
Oh crap! I have to get used to this.
I'm on my union mandated break.
Okay, I've done it. I've done it.
7.
10. Somebody write me a stream deck way to start a bet and finish a bet. I don't think there's a way built into the app, so I don't know how you write. I think you can customize buttons somehow, but I don't know. Nathan, that's your programming project. Go.
Sounds like a shitty program.
Who was first?
You were first.
Okay.
Sounds like a programming project I don't want to do.
No, it doesn't sound fun. I will play.
It's not cool.
It's not Pog. Play Guiltspine.
Okay. I am going to say Unfathomable. I'll play Frigorific Rod. I will Brain Drain. I'll put the Under Pressure on top of your deck. And then I'll play a Guiltspine of me own. And it's your turn.
I'll say Starlands. I will play Hawkins. Play Cheetah. Play Amberback. Pew, pew. And Raise the Tide. The hyper capture Amberback.
Yeah. The play Raise the Tide and Capture 2 Amberback. I am going to say Saurian. I'm going to play Altruist Rostrum. I'm going to play Pterodactyl. I will Spoils of Battle onto the Pterodactyl.
Where do you want this one?
That one was on Hawkins, yeah. I'll draw 3. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll say...
Dude, Saurians are pissing me off. I really hate Saurians in this set. I'm going to say it right now. And you know me. I like a good Saurian side.
Alright.
I find myself defending Saurians a fair amount of the time.
I'm done.
But, dropping all pretense. Fuck Saurian in the set. Set it.
Okay.
D colon.
Alright. Alright.
D colon.
Dial it back.
Alright, my turn.
We can't be saying those words. Yeah.
I am going to say... Going off script. I'm going to say Saurian. I am going to waste not my Pterodactyl and draw 6.
Untamed.
Yeah, so whatever. I'm playing cards that are fun.
Why are you giving me this?
Because I don't want it, dude. I'm trying to get the Saurians out of the deck. I drew 6 cards, none of which were untamed. I will play Witch of the Dawn to get back the Pterodactyl. I will play Persistence Hunting for Unfathomable before I just lose to 3 Guiltspine casters on the board. And then I will play Mookling, and it is your turn.
Say... capture these. Say Starlands. I'll put a Shieldulator there. I will play Scott Kirker. I'll fight the Mookling. Reap with Hawkins. And done.
Alright, gonna say Saurian. I'm gonna play Pterodactyl. I am going to play Decadence. I'll Exalt ready and use the Pterodactyl. I am going to Rostrum this over. I am going to Crushing Charge. It's a pretty good one right here.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good Crushing Charge. I think I do not lose the game because of that Crushing Charge, in fact. I think I was on the verge of it just falling apart. I am going to play Spoils of Battle, so I'll capture onto the Pterodactyl. Then I'll play Enlist New Mary. I didn't really want to take control of any of your creatures there, I think.
Well, they were all going to die to Crushing Charge. So.
Exactly.
You could have put one on the Kirker, but...
I don't think it's worth it there. So, alright, and it's your turn. I will drop a chain and draw 1. I'll say check with 8. Now, I was just bad-mouthing Saurian to make Saurian do good things for me. Because there's a habit, a pattern on this stream, if you will, where I will say something and the deck will do something to try to make me look like an idiot. Because the cards know they're being recorded. And the more I neg these cards... You can take your turn. I'm just talking. Maelstrom. Maelstrom for 1 creature?
It's 2 creatures.
1 of my creatures? It was because the pterodactyl was active.
Yeah.
And he just blows holes and...
I'll Storm Surge as well.
Okay. My turn.
Yeah.
I Forge. It doesn't even take recording. Yeah, that's true. It just takes witnesses, right? It's quantum behavior. All right, I'm gonna say. I'll say.
Nathan the PUA. Yeah. Go watch the Channel 5 about pickup artists. It is the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
I'll play the Susurrus. I will play Sparkfist. I'll play Bubbles. I'll Bubbles that, and then I'll play Fugaroo. And it's your turn. I will draw 5.
If you just want to cringe, you go to Channel 5 YouTube. All right, I'll play Kirker and I'll play 2 Amberbacks. Your turn.
Did you draw 1 less for the Fugaroo?
What did I have? This was definitely on top. I definitely draw the Flame Gull Enforcer. And then I'm just gonna shuffle it.
Okay. All right, my turn. I am.
I guess I forge or I capture those 2 because of the Amberbacks.
You just played that stuff.
Oh, yep. Okay, never mind. Been so long.
And I will say Saurian. Yeah, I'll say Saurian. I am going to play Censor Philo. Do I even play Saurian here? Saurian is the call. Censor Philo, Pterodactyl. I'll play this Hedonistic Intent. And then I'll rostrum that over to there. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
Okay, now I capture all those.
Yes.
I'll play Unfathomable, play Flame Gull, play Brain Drain. Of Lucan. Play Storm Surge.
Okay.
Can't capture anymore. I'm done.
I am going to say I have just like a clump of Untamed. That's why I said Saurian last turn, despite not getting full value from the Hedonistic Intent, was because after not drawing any off the Waste Knot, and then
You found them?
I had 3, and so I was like, I'll just play the 3 Saurians because I got a pretty good chance of hitting a pocket of Untamed there. So I'm still not. I know I got that, so I'm just gonna say Saurian. Feels terrible. I don't think Unfathomable's awful here. Yeah, it's not. I'll say Unfathomable. I'll play Portal to raise the tide. I think this is the first time I've had the tide tonight. We're 33 minutes into the stream. Bubbles is going to fight the Kirker. Despite all his Ambervacs, despite his ultimate janitorial power, he cannot defend himself in a fight. I will Spark Fist, Flame Gale Enforcer. It's stun and exhaust.
To fight it.
Yeah. And then I will reap with Fuguru. And it is your turn. So you check with 7. I will draw. Did you draw too many of Fuguru again? Okay. Draw 2.
Alright. Say Sanctum. Play General Salvador. Play Bulwark. Play Marshal Ewer. Play Barrister Joya.
What is with the capturing this deck?
I'll play Cleansing Wave.
Maybe I should have just tapped him.
Your turn.
Do you...
Oh, you don't ready yet.
So these don't ready.
Your turn.
Yeah, okay. Wait a second. You're just gonna say Sanctum like 2 or 3 turns in a row because this was your first Sanctum turn of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
that's side now.
Okay. Okay, I will say Saurian. I am going to play Medicus Lacus and Censor Philo. I'm going to rostrum this over to Bulwark. I think Censor Philo kills the Bulwark because that lets you fight for free too much. And then I'm going to unstun Pterodactyl. And it is your turn. I will draw 2.
Of course. Say Sanctum. Play Larry. Play Mad Prophet to Gizzleheart with the capture icon. Play Larry of the Lake.
I don't know how many capture. That deck feels like it has more capture icons than.
It has the 3.
The net spine.
And
then it's got Salvadors too.
Yeah, it's got 2 Salvadors. It's just so many.
I think it has like 12 capture icons.
I will.
Ice Cobra. Appreciate that.
Thank you. I'm gonna fight the Spark Fist. I'll fight Medicus. I will Hammergram the Fuguru. Finally out of Fuguru hell. And I'll reap with Salvador.
Alright, I am going to say Untamed. I'm going to play Gibbuck. And Witch of the Dawn. To get back, I don't know, maybe a Witch of the Dawn. To get back a Mooklink. I will play Keyfrog. I'm going to play the Fittest and give all my creatures +1/+1 counters. I say +1/+1. I mean +1 counters.
Every time.
I wish I had that Untamed Treasure. Pretty good here. Okay, now. And then I'm gonna assert dominance, so I'll capture onto the Pterodactyl. And who murders whom here? Send the Pterodactyl into
Larry Lake makes it harder, right?
Yeah, I think I have to actually take the tide here so that I can, yeah. So I'll spin the 3 chains to take the tide. And then assert dominance the Pterodactyl into Gizzleheart. So it'll put a damage on Gizzleheart, but will kill Joya and Larry the Lake. Okay. I'll drop a chain and draw 5 and say check with 6.
Okay. I will say Star Alliance. I'm going to play Prof Emeritus Carrying. So I will use one of his neighbors, and then Marshal Ewer is going to fight the Bookling, take a damage, and then take the Tide. And then if the Tide is high, also use its other neighbor. So Salvador will... Then I'll play Grand Alliance Council and choose these 3. As well as this Saurian and the Switch of the Dawn.
Okay, so Keyfrog forges.
Yeah.
And then Gabuk puts a Magistrate Vita into play.
Then I will
Did that.
play Selective Preservation. So 1,
I did not notice that card on the list. So.
2, 3. The witch was still alive. She dies here. So 4, 6, 5. So that dies. My plans didn't include this random gabucking.
I drew 2. How did I end up with an extra card in my hand? I drew too many cards off this chain.
Oh my gosh.
The only card that was in my hand was that.
That's it.
Okay. I am going to say Unfathomable. I'm going to play Velucanth, Bubbles, Gizzleheart. I'll play Photic Raider. I'm going to Frigorific Rod Carrying. And then I'll call the Void Carrying. And I guess I'll do that before I capture, so this Amber's is blown up. Okay. It's your turn. Drop a chain, draw these 2, shuffle, and draw.
Play Starlance. I'll play Seneschal. I'll play Grey Augur. I'll Healer Harm to fight the Velucanth. Play Cleansing Wave. And gain 1 for the Grey Augur. I'm done.
Okay, I am going to say Untamed. I'm going to play Mushroom Man. I'm going to play All Tied Up to raise the tide, I guess. Let's me capture 2. To Mushroom Man. I will play The Fittest. And then I am going to assert dominance. Capture on the bubbles. Who is the most dominant here? I think Photic Raider is. Photic Raider is going to assert dominance over Sargasso.
Oh, it's big.
7, yeah. I could have like killed that guy to forge, but drop a chain, draw, threaten. Sargasso would be in play, so you could just use Sargasso to stop me. This is an example of a game where one deck's actions have pips on them, the other deck does not. So it's like, despite the fact that we've had like relative board parity the whole game, this deck's been generating Amber. That deck doesn't have a way to destroy Amber. It literally just captures Amber. So it's like, after all those board wipes, at some point the Amber comes back to me. I've only used this rostrum twice, but it's one of those where it's like, if I already keep just using this the whole game, then
I'll say Starlines. I'm gonna take 3 chains. Raise the tide. Actually, I'll play as Espeon first.
Okay.
It's done.
Okay.
Flame Gill. I will play Selective Preservation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6, right?
Yep.
Or that's 3. That's
7.
That's
I
took the chain. I took the tide.
Yeah,
so that's 3, and that's 6. That's 6. That's 6.
Yeah. Love getting one-sided board wiped.
And then I'll play Scott. Okay.
Alright, I am going to say Untamed. I am going to play Gabuck. I am going to Waste Not It to draw 3.
Gabuck first.
Which order? Destroy a friendly creature, draw cards.
Destroyed trigger?
So I drew them I'm just going to shuffle the deck. Because I have one creature there and one not creature. And I don't remember which one I drew first, but Gabuck first. Gabuck first. Nope. And then draw 3. And it is your turn. Oh. Draw.
Say Unfathomable. I will fight the Mukli.
You
gain 1 for the Grey Augur. I will Brain Drain. We'll get this.
We had small amount of frame drop.
That's not a relevant amount of.
Yeah, it's not. It's a almost irrelevant amount of dropped frames.
Yeah. I will Corrode the Rostrum. Play Netcaster and Sign-In. Check 7.
Okay. I am going to say Infallible. I am going to Brain Drain. I am going to play Fuguru, Frigorific Rod, the Flame Gill. And then I will Portal Hard Boy. And I will have, when I raise the tide, I'm going to have Gabuck just check that.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
total blowout was because I think you got to bounce between Star Alliance and Infallible for a vast early part of that game, right? And then you got to take like some heavy Sanctum turns. Now, if you had like Gizelheart kind of mixed in there, so you can chop now too. There was a little bit there, yeah. We got a little bit of internet stuff going on, so that was not an insignificant amount
in that short amount of time now.
So it's not like alarming yet, but
all right. I'm on Fellini.
I'm on Valencia. You're gonna start Peepo shaking here in a second.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you right now. Can't help themselves. They don't want to bet. They need to bet. I mean, you need something. That's a responsibility.
Totally fair. Okay. Let's see if I can win with Fellini. It certainly looks good.
Yeah, you just got a mulligan better than I did. I had a 3-3-1 hand, so I was like, I could lead with the thing, then play 3. I had Saurium, and I was like, that deck had a lot of 2-power creatures, so I was like, I feel like the Saurium's pretty good. Because I could just stop, if I played it smart, I could just keep you from reaping with whatever was on the table. So I don't think my keep was like a bad decision, but if I had remembered the Waste Not and the Eureka, I would have mulliganed harder for them. I think that deck has several good Waste Not targets, right?
Oh yeah.
It's got like Undag Nathos and
and I'll humble to exhaust the raged. I'll exhaust the Horde sign-in. I'm done.
I'm gonna say Sanctum. I am gonna play Joya. Capture on the Flame Gill. Capture Sign-in. I'm gonna play Bulwark. I'll play Marshal U. Capture. It is your turn. Draw 3.
Alright, I'll say Saurian. Play Sensor Philo, unstun the Pterodactyl. Fight Joya. I have to exalt here. No ready?
Yeah. Storm Surge.
You Storm Surged me. I did not realize that. Okay, well, not doing any of that stuff.
Pterodactyl is still stunned. Do I just say Sanctum here? And let the slaughter commence. Of Bulwark, execute Chelonia. Marshal Ewer is going to fight Hyde. Barrister Joya is just going to reap. And then I am going to play Cleansing Wave. This is your turn.
I'll Eureka. Play more. I'm done.
It looks like we dropped some more frames in there too.
Yeah, well.
This is how it's going to be.
Yep.
Alright, I'll take some damage. Gonna play Star Alliance. Gonna play Hawkins right here. I actually did play Hawkins. I guess the Undagnathus, because I got a feeling his text is going to be relatively blank. We'll go back to normal contradict. Yeah, hopefully.
The only internet issue we can solve is when if it goes out completely. But if it's just stuttery, we can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Except complain to our Congress people that the telecoms were given a bunch of money to upgrade the he's just like the most pain in the ass to fight. I don't know, discard Espeon, but even though I've got ways to get the Tide, and that deck has to take chains every time it wants the Tide, I think that like this
it gives me the like initiative with it, right?
Yeah, and it like isn't as bad for you to swallow to take the chains, right? If I give you that Espeon. Okay, good.
Your turn.
Gonna say Sanctum. Yep.
You do Forge.
Hey. Yeah, gonna say Sanctum. Just said Logos.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll Hammergram Vellum, so you'll get Hyde and Vellum. I'll play Salvador, I'll play Grey Augur, I'll discard Cleansing Wave. And it's your turn, I'll draw.
We Forge. I'll say Saurian. I'll play the Saurium. Lapsaurus. I'll play Spoils of Battle.
Ha,
your turn.
Okay. Starlance. I'll play Carrying. I'll Reap with Salvador. I'll play Cheetah. I'll play Scott. And it's your turn. I will draw 3.
Play this Creative Nature. I will waste not my Sensor Philo and draw 3.
Audio is typically fine. Okay. Yeah,
we're
yeah.
dead
We
now.
just dropped some more.
Well, we can't do anything about it unless it drops out and we can restart the router.
Just broadcasting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bounce around all over the place. Everything.
Yeah, it's not great. Okay. Anyways, I'll Reaper Sow to put 3 counters on him. I will Reaper Sow to ready and reap with 4 Warger, and then I'll do 4 to everything. Or it doesn't. It just does 3 to everything, right?
You can put 1 on it, right?
Oh, it gives them a counter first, and then does 4 to everything. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll do that.
It doesn't do it to himself.
Okay.
I think it's each other.
And then I will play a Mookling.
The Ocho.
I'll play Spore Voyager number 2. I'll play Deepwater Gruin, which will give you 1. And that is your turn.
Okay. I am going to say Unfallible. I'm gonna Brain Drain. I will put Information Exchange on top. And then I'm gonna Brain Drain. I will put Hide. And then I will Maelstrom.
Okay.
Go for Starlink. Like the internet in space Starlink. Starlink, is that owned by Elon Musk?
I think so.
I mean, if like I'm not opposed to public utilities. Right? I think the privatization of public utilities is often what makes them shitty. Right? If because part of the reason why the internet sucks is because of the stupid net neutrality, right? Georgia and 2 Reapers. Yeah, exactly.
It's at least
there.
A fun board player. I actually like that interaction a lot.
I like it too. I like Reaper So. I think Reaper So is like a perfectly designed card, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like you're never sad to see it. And it's got a lot of uses. Okay. Well, this cannot actually do anything now. I will say Star Alliance. I'll just play a Shield You Later. I'll give it an Ambervac. I'll give Guildspine an Ambervac. And it's your turn. I'll drop.
Play Untamed. Play Keyfrog and draw. Play 4 Gorgers. Play Mookling, Druin. We'll give you 1. Your turn.
I forge.
Nah, the Mookling.
I don't forge. I am going to say Unfathomable. I am going to Corrode the Saurium. I will play a Guildspine Netcaster. I will Under Pressure Vellum. I will fight Mookling, I guess. And I'll draw 4.
It's time to say Untamed.
No. Damn, I'm gonna lose to Keyfrog, I think.
Yeah. I'll play this Gruin. Yeah. I'll reap with Gruin. I'll reap a Spore Gorger. I'll reap a Spore Gorger. Fight something with Keyfrog. Because I got a 6. And then,
you could reap with the Keyforge, then reap with one Spore Gorger, reap with the other Spore Gorger. Kill everything.
I would have to do it. Okay, yeah, I could. You give one counter, do two. One counter, do two. Yeah. But yeah. The combos.
Yeah. Keyforge's really popping off the last couple of nights.
It is.
I thought I'd put you out of the game with that.
I thought so too, but I guess with the Keyforge having a draw icon was really important, I think.
I was hoping to... Maybe I should have Maelstrommed then done the Brain Drains.
To like bury them more, yeah.
I could have done one Brain Drain, saw what was in the hand.
Yeah. Then
Maelstrom, because you were unlikely to go into Tamed, right? And then put another card on top. Maybe that was the play. Would have been... You took like an off turn and then you played like all the Untamed stuff over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my problem with like the Elon Musk's stuff is that he wants to be like future tech man, but it just isn't there, right? It's still like a company to make money, not make the human race better, if that makes sense. And I think like Teslas are a pretty good example of that. They're neat cars. I think the Cybertruck is probably the greatest example of that. Of like, this looks like someone in the 8th grade designed a truck, right? To look cool. I know there's a lot of features about the Cybertruck that people are excited about. Elon Musk is one of those people where when you realize that his family fled South Africa after apartheid because they owned an emerald mine that they could no longer operate because of apartheid, it makes more sense as to like how he got to where he was. Yeah, there's problems with satellite internet. It sounds great on paper. It's just like you have a physics problem you have to solve when you're moving data across that gulf, right? I mean, it's like it's just, I don't know, it's just latency. I mean, like, just can you imagine trying to play like an FPS on satellite internet? You would lose your mind. Boxcars. I'll play Flinth, I guess.
What? Okay, what's a kilometer, first of all? But yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me how far a kilometer is in American, please.
There are... What is it? 2.5 kilometers in a mile, something like that.
See, why don't you just say a mile? Why don't you say...
I don't know. My conversion rate for that is pretty bad, so... Yeah, well, it's because it's marketing. Here's the thing that I learned. 1.6 kilometers. Okay, yeah, I thought it was like not quite.
And for like dead zones of like internet coverage and satellite or Wi-Fi coverage. Having
recently worked for a tech company, what tech companies want you to believe is that they are the future of the humankind, and they do a very good job of marketing. But for every Wozniak that's out there, people who are actually like talented and gifted at developing things, you have like 10 Steve Jobses who couldn't
take credit for it,
who couldn't like actually like make a computer function on their own, but are very good at selling the idea of what you want, right? And so separating the marketing from the functionality with tech is not so easy. And that's why you have all these talks. And I swear to God, every single like tech delivery talk is like the same. right? It is almost its own religion at this point, right? My turn.
No,
Oh.
wait.
Yeah,
I'm
mushroom
gonna waste not this mushroom man.
Oh, hey, draw a pile of cards.
Draw 6. I will. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like,
Play all tied up and this.
what does space look like in 20 years when we put 60,000 satellites into orbit? Right? You're talking about commercial flight. Space, like, there's already a lot of garbage in space. That's not like, and it just, depending on where you put it, it just stays there forever.
That's fair.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like if it can work out. But the proof of the proof of concept isn't there, in my opinion. It's not even like close to there. All right. I am going to say Shadows. I am going to play Freebooter Fae to raise the tide. I'll play Shoulder Id. I'll play Gas Pipes. I'll submit choose my own Shoulder Id. Since I have no targets of my own, I'll draw.
Play. Sorry. Play Sensor Philo. I'll play a Hedonistic Intent to exalt each flank creature. I'll play Spoils of Battle. I'll play Decadence to move this to. Then I'll play Magistrate Vita. And it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to say Star Alliance. I am going to discard Grand Alliance Council. I don't think it's worth playing there. I'll play CR Officer Hawkins and gain 2. I'll put a blaster on Gas Pipes. If there's a chance I get to use them twice, I think it's worth it then, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to play Volmart and then Lieutenant Kirker. And it's your turn. I will draw 5. But like, I think the Boring Company is probably the best example, right? Because what the boring tunnels are effectively tunnels for people to drive Teslas through. And with the Tesla cars, ability to catch on fire spontaneously, it's one of those where it sounds like it's a death trap. So I'm not too enthused to get into a tight enclosed space with a car that's driving itself. And I'm not some sort of iconoclast. I don't think it's that technology is an evil thing. I just think that the people in charge of tech companies in America are inherently evil in some way or another, or at least inherently self-serving. So
I'm gonna say Starion.
Who's launching all of those satellites for Starlink 2? That you know of. There's one that comes across Twitter about once a week or so. Like I said, marketing.
I will fight Kirker.
Yep. This feels like a crushing charge.
The Officer's Blast is really throwing me off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Will Crushing Charge.
Yeah, so Volmart, Faye, Hawkins, Flumph. I'm not trying to like get in a fight with Musk fanboys right now. That's not my intention of this. It's just I'm trying to explain to you my personal feelings about Elon Musk.
Play Spoils. Discard endless Numeri, so I don't just.
you want to take this gas pipe?
Yeah. And I'll reap with Philo. All right, your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Shadows, I guess. I will play Sea Urchin to steal one. I'm gonna reap with Shoulderhead. If I gas pipes, it's just like a trade-off here, right?
Oh, you can't take damage from it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. You are absolutely right. So I guess I'll just reap gas pipes. I would just put an amber on you, then give you 4.
Right.
And then I'll discard the Stir Up Trouble. I could use it with the Shoulderhead sneakily to steal one, but I kind of want to use it to kill your creatures. Alright, it's your turn. I'll draw 2.
Play Untamed.
I mean, I've watched some of the SpaceX stuff, and it's cool, but
Persistent Hunting.
But SpaceX has a habit of crashing their rockets.
Play Witch.
Only about half of which are like unintentionally, or like, because like some of them they know they're just gonna crash. They don't have a way to land it.
Your turn.
Yeah, I will say Untamed. I will play Youngest Bear. I will play 2 Meliobes. Yeah, no, and like that's the thing about electric cars. Electric cars have been sabotaged for a long time, right? There was the documentary "Who Killed the Electric Car," like 15 years ago. Yeah, but I mean but I'm not saying it's not like altruistic, right? It got to the point where electric cars were inevitable. They were always going to be there. So it's not like, in my opinion, it's not some self-sacrifice to be the company who's known for electric cars at this point. Because you will get to the point where economically electric cars are the only thing that makes sense. I am waste nodding something. I don't know what, though. I'm guessing just a Meliobi. I'll draw 2. It's the classic draw cards, just prematurely before the end of your turn. And I will draw 2. Go ahead.
Alright, Forge. Okay, I'll say Unfathomable. I'll play Brain Drain. Oh my. Oh geez. Okay. No. Oh no. I'll put Mug on top.
Okay.
I will Portal. Take the Tide. I will call the Void to exhaust. Gas Pipes. Play Fuguru. Your turn.
I will say Star Alliance. It's like it has you in your Discord, right?
I think so, yes.
It's got 2 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
How insane would it be if I could use Unity or Discord to play all these upgrades again?
Pretty good.
It'd be insane. They just slap all that stuff on gas pipes. I think so. I don't see how this could backfire. Force field, plasma nozzle, shield you later. Sooner or later, I'll get to use them. I'll play a Driscoll, and it is your turn.
All right, you want the Fuguru?
Yeah, so I'll draw.
All right, I'll say Untamed. Play a Witch. I'll play a Key Frog. Witch is gonna get back. What is the Witch getting back? What can the Witch get back? I guess Magistrate Vita. Play Mookling. Fight the shoulder id.
Steal one.
Steal one. Musherman is 9 power. Is that enough to kill this gas pipes?
Maybe he doesn't actually have a ton of power. Gas pipes is 5 power, 2 armor.
Dead.
Okay.
Consider it dead. Alright, I'm done. You first rate.
This is one of those games where I just kind of play cards and the game happens around me. I will say Shadows. I'll play Hard Simpson. I will borrow nothing. Literally nothing. Sea Urchin will attack Sensor Philo. And then I am going to mug the Keyforge so as that I don't lose to it on the following turn. And it's your turn. I will draw 3. Go ahead.
You've learned.
Blaster moves. Oh yeah, Blaster would have moved to who died there? Meliobi.
Where's the Driscoll?
It was Meliobi then Driscoll.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'll say Unfathomable. I'll play a Rod. Play Sparkfist. I'll play Bubbles. I will Bubbles the Meliobi.
Okay. This deck has too
I'll
many.
reap with Fugru.
This deck has too many creatures to play against an Unfathomable deck, in my opinion. My turn. I will say I have both Unity Discords now, by the way. I am just gonna lose the game to any turn that you take. I guess I'll play Youngest Bear and Flumph. And then my Youngest Bear will fight Mookling. And it's your turn, I'll draw 2.
Play Fountain. Play Bubbles. Put Hard Simpson on top. Play Flodic Raider. Exhaust. Driscoll. Reap, reap, reap.
Yeah, this game.
Okay.
It's you get into the middle of a game like versus Unfathomable, and it's like if you draw like 2 to 1 creatures to actions, you just lose. You just don't get to play. I feel like I didn't make a meaningful choice in those last like 4 turns. Next game, please.
You killed the Keyforge.
Yeah.
Stop me from winning.
Right.
One turn. The next turn, I guess. All right, you're on. Brown. This is
that deck. Okay.
I haven't been toggling. I haven't been counting the games. Gonna deal with bets.
Yep. Let's deal with it.
Do so much stuff.
Yeah. Sorry.
Crap.
Deal with it.
All right, hold on. I need to do that because I forgot all the things. All right, bet, and then I'm gonna do the games. Okay, so the first game, I won the first game, right?
Yes.
I don't remember the score.
I don't remember the score either.
Second game, I think you won.
Yeah.
The third game, I won.
Yeah, you were playing.
I was on Bellini.
Yes, you Keyforge.
Yeah, I Keyforge. Yep. Okay. Yeah. The fourth game we just did, right?
Yeah, Frel won that game.
Do you have 1 key?
I believe so.
All
I
right.
forged for like 8.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There have been several games tonight where one deck just kind of plays stuff onto the board and then it is directed to the discard pile.
By the way, we played Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Oh, yeah, that game's good.
That game is so good.
It's real good.
Oh my gosh.
Believe the hype. Ruins of Arnak is amazing.
I started putting it up and Nathan's like, aren't we just gonna play this game
I was
again?
like, why even bother putting the stuff in the box? We're just gonna play it again.
Yeah. So
we are just playing it again. You know we're playing this game
staying
again.
on the table for now.
Why are you putting those tokens back in the box like some sort of idiot? Why are you even taking stuff off the board? Just shuffle it. Just leave it set up for the next time we play.
I had already set it up and taken it down entirely once because the time when when Logan said they were going to come over and then they didn't. I had it completely set up and then I took it down so we could play Chronicles of Crime, I think.
Okay.
And yeah. So then I set it up again all by myself last night. And there's a lot of components to set that up for that game. It's not a super easy setup.
Seven.
This is a mole.
That's the Eureka deck, right?
Yeah.
I don't get to play it again.
Lost Ruins of Arnak. And it's got an expansion coming out soon.
Play Pterodactyl.
I'm really interested to see how the best of 3 games are going to be amongst the really good decks. Like,
I'm
wondering
it could be wildly different.
Yeah.
Like the outcomes could be wildly different. That last game was an example. It's like if I get 2 of those upgrades with the Unity or Discords at the same time, I generate like a ton of hammer, right? Yeah, like you had like I only ever had like 1 creature that was worth dealing with at a time. So your Unfathomable was just like, I'll tap it. The Untamed was like persistence hunting, bubbles it, and it was just like, well, I like don't get to use the 1 creature on the table that's worth using.
I'll say Logos. I will final analysis the Pterodactyl and
I'll
then
draw.
play Hide and Infomorph.
Okay, I am gonna say Untamed. I'm gonna play Mushroom Man. I'm gonna play Key Frog. I'm gonna play All Tied Up, and then I'm gonna play The Fittest. I'll draw 3. These decks feel like none of them are gonna be in contention for the throne, right? These feel like decks that were slightly better than average. That might be part of my mood for tonight.
I wish this deck had a way to take the Tide. Because I'm going to call Untamed here, and I have like Chelonia, Mookling, Deep Argument. If I take the Tide, I get 4.
And then you draw 2 cards.
And I draw 2 cards.
And then
I'm like
you get
on.
buried.
So I think I don't take the Tide, but I play Chelonia, Mookling, and Deep Argument, which does give you an Amber, which also sucks, but yeah. It hurt me. I mean, I won that game.
You won that game,
but I don't think it was because
you won that game. Well, you won that game because you drew the card draw early, right? That was the thing. Unlike the time that I played it. I mean, if you take a turn and you play 6 starring creatures, you're probably in good shape if they're not answered immediately, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're just there's no guarantee that that's going to occur. All right. Well, Saurian, I guess I'll play Sensor Philo. Spoils of Battle onto the Mushroom Man. He's huge. And then Spoils of Battle for nothing, for 0 value. And it's your turn. I will draw 3.
Alright. I'll say Untamed. I'm gonna go ahead and fight this Heat Frog.
Okay.
I guess. I will waste not my ruin. Draw 3. I will take 3 chains.
If you drew the second Chelonia, then it's probably the right call.
I will play Chelonia.
Yeah. Just kind of lose the game at the board because I don't have something for that immediately.
Draw. I will play Spore Gorger. Spore Gorger. I'll Reef with Mookling. Reef with Chelonia. I'm done.
Okay, I will say Untamed. I am going to play the Fittest. Mushroom Man is going to fight Mookling.
I didn't actually draw a chain.
Mushroom Man's gonna fight Moogling. And then I'm gonna waste not my Mushroom Man. Draw 7, because he's 11, 12, 13, so I'll draw 7.
This deck is like really close, but I don't know that it's quite there. But it's really, really close.
I think if it honestly, if it had a way,
if it had like an all tied up or whatever,
cross porpoises.
Yeah, cross porpoises would be sweet too.
Play Witch of the Dawn. Bring back Mushroom Man. Play Mushroom Man. I am going to assert dominance onto a Spore Gorger. And then I think I just take 3 chains to raise the tide to make you take chains if you want to take the tide back. Because I've got this many cards in hand, right? So yeah. I'm not dropping a chain this turn.
Alright, Soulforge. I will say Logos and Eureka.
Good news is the turn could be blanked here.
Could be blanked. Still hiding Infomorph though. I will play Sweven, play Static Charge. I'll Reap with Hide, draw. Infomorph will Reap as well.
What's the damn? Oh yeah. You're right. It's got Skirmish.
I guess the question is, should I have taken chains to get to Amber? Even though I already have 3 chains. I think actually I do. I think I take 3 chains again to take the set. Because I don't think I'm gonna.
You're not drawing any. You're gonna have chains for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have chains for the rest.
You have a chance to end the game before the chains matter.
Yeah, I might as well get that value while I can.
My turn.
Yeah,
I'll forge. And I'll say Unfathomable. I'll play Frigorific Rod. Take some damage. I will play Photic Raider. He'll capture 2. I will play Sparkfest. I'll play Fuguru. I will play Portal. I will Brain Drain. I will play Guiltspine Netcaster. Logos cards almost don't matter because you can just draw them. Man, I didn't have any board wipes. Take your turn, forge a key, win the game on the next turn, please.
Okay, we'll say Logos.
What?
I'll go to 8 chain or 9 chains.
I was really enjoying the second round of games until tonight. These decks tonight reminded me. I needed a reminder about how awful DT versus DT can feel.
Play ball. Reap with some.
Yeah.
Draw 3. I got 2 for Velen as well. Play Seaboard. 2. Play Reap with Tide. Draw 2. Play the Fog Raider. I have that. Play Information Exchange.
I literally don't want the stream to turn into me bitching about Dark Tidings. Like I'm trying to avoid that. I actively, desperately, I'm aware that somebody made a comment in some other Discord about how much I ranted on stream some weeks ago, and I like took that to heart because I don't want me to just be, if I'm going to rant, I want it to be at least entertaining, right? Like at least funny, at least entertaining. When you're losing a game like this, what am I supposed to learn from this game, right? Because that was like the whole point of the 100 deck tournament, is that we can learn stuff about the set, but we know this lesson. Hey, I had no removal. I didn't interact with Justin's board at all. The fact that Justin has 8 chains and I have an active Fuguru doesn't matter. Like his hand size is 3 right now. It doesn't matter. I lose. You can forge through Mookling here. You could have won that game if I had had a Mooking in play the whole game, I think. You know, the decks are inconsistent, wildly inconsistent. This deck did have a crushing. I have a crushing chains. So I made the play with the Mushroom Man to draw 7 because I cannot draw 7 cards normally in Saurian's Unfathomable Untamed. There's no combination of cards that I could play out of my hand to draw 7 cards, right? Under normal non-waste not circumstances is my point. Right, so I made the play to draw the most cards to give me the best chance at an out. I didn't hit it, and I just lose the game on the spot. It just takes 3 turns for that to happen, right? Okay. And you see that game, and you're like, that deck doesn't have any way to deal with the tide, and it just took the chains. It didn't care because it drew enough cards, right? But if I have a board wipe, Justin does not get back into that game. If I kill those creatures, right? If I kill Sweb and I kill Hyde, Justin is stuck like with nothing for the rest of the game. If I have this deck have Maelstrom. Okay, yeah. So this deck didn't have Maelstrom. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
If I Maelstrom, what kind of hole is Justin in at that point, right? He just doesn't escape it.
I am glad that deck advanced because I think I like that deck. It's fun.
It's got potential. Like I think it was like I said. If I had mulliganed different, if I had realized what this deck was trying to do, I would have mulliganed better. Because you can hit that critical mass of cards. Yeah, and I'm not trying. Right, and that's it does make me. It makes me feel a little bit better, right? Because I'm not just trying to be negative on the set for the purposes of being negative, right? Like I want to be analytical about Keyforge. There are definitely moments where I just need to blow off a little bit of steam and I'll be good. Let's get back to the games and whatnot. But Dark Tidings is just one of those sets that has these reoccurring negative play patterns that are worse than it feels like anything I've ever felt in Keyforge. It's possible that it's just like the distance from in-person organized play is really like I really feel that squeeze right now because like getting out there and playing against other people and you know I've lost games at least that bad at other tournaments, right? Like I've been completely crushed in games at organized play, right? And I don't go on a 15-minute screed afterwards, right? Like at my opponent. So I haven't played a Keyforge game since the set came out. I mean, Justin and I were talking before the stream, and we were like, man, like our viewer numbers are way down since we've been deep into Dark Tidings for a long time. I just I don't know if the Keyforge community at large likes the set, right?
We were better before in the drought of
we were doing better. We were doing better
Keyforge.
Numbers wise when we were having to invent our own fun with the game while waiting for Dark Tidings. Well, it was a Dark Tidings waiting room. You know. And if people are here watching, we'll stream. So that's not us like begging for more viewership. It's hard to look at the evidence, and say that this set was like a masterpiece, right? Like I don't think anybody is going to claim that, which is a shame because I think Keyforge needed to knock it out of the park with Dark Tidings, especially like if it was when we were moving into like a later stage COVID. I won that role, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I also think they maybe should have aggressively done a Vault Tour. Maybe not until this month, but like probably at Gen Con.
I think they needed something at Gen Con.
Yeah, they needed something at Gen Con.
Yeah, I want to play more at IRL too. Like there are people who started watching this stream from the pandemic that I don't know if I'll ever meet in person now. Right? Like I have no clue if I will. A lot of the channel regulars we got to meet at Vault Tours and stuff like that. That was awesome. Even the channel irregulars, the people who like only watch on YouTube. And whatnot.
that was even cooler. Not even cooler, but that was like cool on a different level.
Yeah.
I remember the guy like he said he heard us talking down the table and he like got confused for a second because he always listens to us at work and heard our voices and was like had a weird like
he had like
disconnected.
He like disassociated for a second. He's like, where am I? Am I in some sort of dream, some sort of haze? Because we were just sitting around talking about the game, and yeah. Okay. Keyforge.
Netcaster, Brain Drain.
Yeah.
Lordy. I'll put the bug on top. Alright.
Playing every week. I would take a consistent 6. We did not even have a consistent 6 locally, right? That was like that was a main problem we had. I will say Untamed. I'll play Youngest Bear, Keyforge. I'll trade at the next turn. And I will draw.
Sanctum, I'll discard the Cleansing Wave, play Bulwark, and Salvador.
I will say Shadows. I will play Freebooter Fae, Raise the Tide. I am going to mug Bulwark. I'm going to stir up trouble between Bulwark and General Salvador. You don't have anything for me to borrow.
Play Starlance.
I've been
Professor. I'll Reap Salvador.
Yep.
I'll play Selective Preservation. So 1, 4, 2. I'll put the Amber back on Salvador.
I've been on the wrong side of all the Selective Preservations tonight.
Your turn.
I will say Star Alliance. The Officer's Blaster and a Shieldulator on the Youngest Bear. I am going to I mean, you need your Discord to have the Youngest Bear execute Professor Emeritus Caring. You Ambervact?
Mm-hmm.
I'll play Volmart, and it is your turn. I will draw 4.
I'll say Unfathomable. I will Corrode the Blaster.
You could kill Youngest Bear.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll just kill Youngest. No, that puts the blaster
would move over.
I'll just actually Corrode it.
Okay.
And then I will Under Pressure Youngest Bear. Under pressure. Alright, I'm done. I have Amber back, right?
Yeah. Alright, I am gonna say Shadows. I'll play Sea Urchin who captures, I'll play Francis, I'll play Gas Pipes. And it's your turn, I'll draw.
Play Starlands, I'll play a Hawkins, I will gain 1. I'll Grand Alliance Council. So I'll leave the Sea Urchin, Hawkins, Salvador, Youngest Bear. I'll Shield you later to the Salvador. Amberback the Sierra Hawkins. I'm done.
I am going to say Untamed. I'm going to play Creed of Nature. I'm going to play a Flumph. I'm going to play All Tied Up to Raise the Tide. I will Reap with Youngest Bear to Reap with Sea Urchin. And it is your turn. I will draw 3. He's over there. He's over there hoovering up my...
Alright, I'll say Sanctum. I'll play Grey Augur. I will fight the Flumph. Game 1. I will play Marshal Ewer. Raise the Tide. The Bears for Joya. I'm done.
Alright.
Did I get 1 for the Grey Augur?
You did.
I did? Okay.
Now, I'm going to point out that a number of turns ago, I made the conscious decision to hold this Grand Alliance Council. And I am so glad that I did. I would be so mad right now at this Sanctum stuff. I had to look at another stupid knight.
Imagine ever discarding Grand Alliance Council for nothing. Very rarely would.
I am going to play Shieldulator. I am going to play Grand Alliance Council. I'm going to choose Star Alliance, Shadows, Untamed. Great Augur can hang around. Everything else can be escorted to their respective discard pile. And then I'm going to give them a Force Field and Plasma Nozzle. And I'm going to use Discord. Bounce. I'll play. I was tempted to Unity or Discord Sea Urchin because you can return up to 2. You would forge. I think I want to do that. I think I can set up a steal. And it's your turn. If I Unity or Discorded that, you would get the Under Pressure back. I'm not about that. Good.
Okay. Forge. Say Unfath. Play Brain Drain.
It's a real dick move.
I'll put the cement shoes up.
Brain Drain.
Nah, I'll play this Flame Gill and the Sword Sign. Your turn. Keyforge.
I am going to say Shadows. I'm going to play Sea Urchin, who's going to capture one. I will walk the plank to do 4 damage to the Gray Augur. I will play Hard Simpson. And
do or harm. The Shieldulator.
Okay.
That kills him, right?
He's only 3.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he's only 3.
Oh, he's only 3 power. Wow. Alright, your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Shadows. I am going to Cement choose that fish. Or a Secret Needle. Sea Urchin will fight the Flame Gill Enforcer. And then I'll reap with Hard Simpson. Sure. Oh, he could have captured. Did you capture that?
Did I not?
I don't think you did.
To change your turn?
I mean, no.
Okay. Then he'll just capture one, I guess.
Okay. Not really.
Okay. I'll say Star Alliance.
That if I could have killed Gizzleheart there, I would have. Because I don't really want. I'm not enthused about you setting up a potentially large Gizzleheart.
Play Cheetah, play Scott, play Operative, play Amberback, Raise the Tide. Well, that captures 2. I can use a creature. You're in the center of the battle line. It doesn't do anything. That sucks. Sargassa. I'm actually gonna fight Shoulder It here.
Yep.
And I'm done.
I am going to say Untamed. I will play Youngest Bear. I will play 2 Meliobes. I'm gonna waste not a Hard Simpson to turn him into a Youngest Bear and a Flumph. And it is your turn. I will draw, shuffle, draw free.
This Sanctum. Fight Flumph. I'll fight Emiliobi. I'll Cleansing Wave. I guess I capture those. I'll play Larry the Lake. I am done.
Okay, I am going to say Star Alliance. I'm gonna play Hawkins. Kirker. Driscoll. Unity or Discord. I'll reap with Youngest Bear. Let me reap with Hard Simpson. And it is your turn. I will draw for checklist out. I'm just gonna keep putting creatures on the table, and I'm gonna keep generating amber.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep capturing it. That's fine. But I'm just gonna keep. I'm gonna keep doing the thing that I'm doing.
Well,
I'm gonna focus on me. I'm taking this time off of work to focus on me. Can't be wrapped up in what Sanctum's doing. Can't be wrapped up in what the other Star Alliance is doing.
and I gotta take an infallible turn at some point. It's really bad. It's real bad.
Is it Maelstrom bad?
That is part of it.
I don't even think you can play Maelstrom.
I can't play Maelstrom. I just lose it if I do
Yeah.
that. So I'll say Unfathomable. I'll discard Maelstrom. Play Storm Surge. Flame Storm Surge. I'll play Guilt Spine Netcaster. Okay, I'm done.
The Forge?
Yep. I guess I wanted to play Guilt Spine there. Just for Mad Prophet, if it could ever possibly do anything, which is doubtful.
Yeah, it's like Larry the Lake is like a non-bow with Mad Prophet, right?
Yeah.
Depending on, like, my guys are too small for Larry the Lake to be good. If, like, my guys were slightly bigger, then you might be in better shape. Okay. Alright, so Espion on the table, so if they take the tide, I can use a creature. I think that might be worth it here.
Oh, I was supposed to capture the Amber back.
Okay.
So you're at 4 Amber.
Yeah. Okay. We've rectified it. I am going to say...
You gotta be, like, really aware of the beginning of turn step in the set.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to do when you're trained to not do that for a long time.
To not care at all.
It's like, forge a key step. Do I forge a key? Nope. Alright, keep going. Now there's basically a begin turn step.
Yeah. The beginning of upkeep.
Yeah.
Upkeep stack. Put smokestacks on the stack. Put smokestacks counter on the stack. I am gonna say shadows. I'm gonna take 3 chains to raise the tide. I'm going to use my youngest bear to reap, which will let me reap with Hawkins. Okay, now I will let the slaughter commence. Put tangle wire. Yeah, put tangle wire on the stack. Put smoke. Snipe. Yeah. Then they have to sack before tapping. Alright, I am going to... I don't have to take these chains. I can execute this bear. I will execute my own bear. I'll submit shoes.
Oh, you said shadows?
Yeah, I'm saying shadows for the turn.
How'd you use youngest bear? Oh, because
I was using Espion.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna choose this bear
to do that.
He's dead. I get the tide. Now Espion there. Sorry, okay. I was trying to figure out the Byzantine layout of the upkeep step in a stacks deck. I am going to have Gizzleheart and Cheetah stir up some trouble between themselves. Oh yeah. I don't even actually want to do that. Guess I'll tell Gizzleheart to walk the plank. So I can tell Espion to walk the plank. Who cares? I'll play Gas Pipes. I'll play Sea Urchin. A bad DT matchup or playing against that? Yeah, I don't know. Probably the bad DT matchup, because at least I got to draw some cards in the process, right? The Hard Simpson's gonna kill Larry the Lake, and I will steal. I don't have anything to steal. Man, I really could have generated a lot of amber if you had more. If you generated amber, I could have generated a lot of amber that turn. It's your turn. I will draw 5. I'll say check with 13.
This deck is
the doo-doo.
Not good. It's struggling. I'll Hammergram the Driscoll.
No.
I'll play Bulwark. I'll heal or farm. Does it even matter? Not really. I guess SPL to Hard Simpson. The Assault. Seneschal. I'll just read. You can have an Amber to steal.
Thank you.
Your turn.
Alright, I'll forge.
This deck is all capture and no do anything.
Yeah, if it had like a doorstep, it would be in good shape.
Well, it'll be a little better. I don't know if
it needs like some taxing too.
Yeah.
Alright. Gonna say... Untamed? Oh. Starlight? Yeah, I guess I'll say Star Alliance. Kirker is going to reap. Hawkins is going to reap. I'm going to Unity or Discord. I'm going to return Hawkins. I am going to turn Sea Urchin. I will play Hawkins for 2. Then I will play Volmart. And it's your turn. I'll say check with 11. Draw 1.
That's it.
That deck does not generate amber.
No, it sure doesn't. If it had like some ways to generate amber on top of all the capture, it'd be fine. But the problem is like
because it could delay the game long enough that you could win, right?
This Unfathomable has like 7 blank cards.
Yeah. Storm Surge is a card that is like either completely blank or backbreaking. Rush Fate. Who advanced from this pod? I don't even.
Flee and Rush whatever one you just played.
Rush Face.
Rush Face did. Yeah, 2-1, 2-1. Oh, 3 did.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, 3. So Fellini, Rush Face, and Frau Young one advanced.
Okay, well, that was another...
Valencia getting out of here. Getting up out. I mean, the Star Alliance burst on the 2 decks that weren't, or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, the other 2 decks, right? Because the other 2 decks had the...
Well, the Fellini has the disgusting Untamed.
Yeah.
The Untamed like, is... And combined with that Logos, right? Like, you got to live the dream of your stuff not dying.
Right.
And so you're just like... Yeah. That one game. So... You can, I mean, like, even like I said, even bad starring, if you play 6 starring cards in the same turn,
those are good at Amber generating too, because it was like, it's got Spoils of Battles and it's got Endless Numeri. Not like you're gonna often use that, but occasionally that could be good. It's got like the Exalt each flank creature, so
right? Rostrum too to go with it. Yeah.
So it's a pretty good Saurian side.
Honestly, this set, it's like the more actions you have, the better the deck is.
Yeah, for the most part.
Whereas in like Dark Tidings, Mass Mutations, it felt like it depended on where your enhancements were, because if you had like the right cards enhanced, your creatures felt like actions because of the value that you got from them.
Yeah.
But in this set, it's like sometimes your creatures just feel blank. So there you go.
Okay. We'll be back. I'll be back in a week.
Yeah, just keep your eyes posted on Discord. I will stream Sunday and Monday. I just don't know what yet. I would like to keep it Keyforge, but Justin's out of town, so it won't be Tournament of Champions stuff. I'm thinking maybe some Keyforge stuff. I don't know. I'll probably put out some feelers in Discord early Sunday to see what people are in the mood for. I could even go live earlier to try to keep the time EU friendly. Not that I think that many EU people are listening right now. So, if my computer could handle it, I
doubt it could.
But I was having trouble with Noida the other day. So, it didn't have problems with Trials of Fire. It didn't have problems with Runeterra, but obviously Runeterra is just like a digital card game, so you could run that on basically nothing.
I might stream Magic again Saturday night, because I don't really have anything else to do. So keep on Discord for that if you're interested in some Magic streams. The D&D set I'm enjoying actually a lot for limited.
It looks flavorful.
It's very flavorful. It feels D&D-esque. It's pretty cool. I'm liking it, and I don't say that lightly. I'm very harsh on Magic sets. So,
yeah, I am one of Magic's largest critics probably at this time. Currently, I have not given the set a try. The set made my girlfriend want to play because she was like, she enjoys D&D.
That's the best. When I first heard they were doing a D&D set, I rolled my eyes. Right?
Yeah,
it's like, okay, whatever. I mean, like,
well, you look at the Walking Dead cards, and you're just kind of like,
yeah.
Is that the best you can do? It just doesn't even, like, I don't know. Plus the Walking Dead stuff was like exclusive, right? It was like mechanically unique and available through Secret Lair or something like that. Which is not. I think there was enough blowback from that to maybe keep it, but I think at this point Wizards almost doesn't care because there's some amount of the player
people
base.
are gonna buy it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's some
people
amount
that
of
are playing aren't the ones that are giving you all the money.
Mm-hmm.
So
the people complaining aren't the ones that are shelling out the money for the collector booster boxes and all that stuff. I hear like collector booster boxes, and I think back to the baseball card frenzy in the mid '90s and comics at the same time, and how that market just cratered, and effectively never recovered. Sure, people buy comics to this day, but and baseball cards limped on for years, but they are not the force of collectability that they once were. See previous notes on complete lack of awareness in the 90s when it comes to collectibles. I think you can just take a look at that and realize that people just don't have their priorities straight. You know, because baseball, man, I heard crazy stories. I first started working in a comic store in 2000, right? So I wasn't that far removed from the bottom, which was like 96, 97, 98, somewhere in there is where the market was completely destroyed. And Pokemon is actually what pulled the hobby shops out of the fire. If Pokemon had not come along, I do not think there would be 20 comic stores in America. But there were enough people there to seize on that. The CCG boom and bust. Man, there are something like 300 card games published between 94 and 98. It's some absurd number. You know, the how like Magic is the one that persists to this day. For a while there,
and Pokemon, I guess.
Yeah, I guess Pokemon too. If you want to count that, I almost put Pokemon in a separate category because it was a multimedia event, right? Like you had a show, you had a video game, and you had the cards that were all working towards one goal. Hey, Ultra Gaga, what's up? We're in rant mode right now. Well, I guess I'm just kind of
just talking about Magic.
Freewheeling right now.
Yeah.
Legend of the Five Rings is one of the few exceptions of that up until Fantasy Flight bought the game, revamped it, killed it. There was like L5R, I think, would have made a very, very good limited set, but I think when they tried to expand on what they had on the core of what they had built, that's when the shakiness of what they had established kind of started falling apart. It was just like it was weird. Justin interjects from time to time. That's what it's like the Penn and Teller bit. Justin's the straight man. He just sits over there, and then you get like some reaction from him and stuff like that to accentuate.
Okay, I'm just gonna be Teller now.
Yeah,
and never talk. I can do some reacts.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like when that was the thing about baseball cards in the 90s, they were just printing stuff to print stuff because people were buying it faster than they could. And that is exactly what Magic feels like to me right now. With I think you're gonna end up. You can feel the cracks in a lot of places with just like the product fatigue. 10 years ago, Magic was 3 sets and a core set. And so you had about 4 sets a year.
Now it's like a set every 2 months.
Yeah. Well, and then they started working in extra product and stuff like that, and you had like Commander. I think a lot of what's wrong collectability and design wise with Magic at this time is Commander's fault. And it's just
at the same time, Commander brought a lot of people into
Commander
Magic.
Did bring a whole bunch of people into the game, right? But Commander was something that was like community. It was like first off, there was
a community format. Like it was a friendly community format.
There was like almost an unwritten rule about Commander. You're there to play cards you don't get to play, right? I don't want to die. I don't want to die in turn 4 to Fire Blast, Ball Lightning, right?
I mean, I think Commander does still have that rule.
I think there's some of that. There's some play groups, but
when I was is only as fun as the people you play it with.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like D&D.
Yeah.
And so the and then when they essentially started putting Commander products in every single set, that is where it feels like cash grabby to me, right? Because like you
have to give the Commander players a reason to buy your set, right? Like otherwise,
yeah. It's like we don't
here for my Commander deck, so
you're right. I'm just gonna skip it, right? So yeah, there's like I don't mind them taking risks. You print like, say, the Colossus Eldrazi stuff, and you accidentally print stuff that completely takes over Vintage, right? Like, how often did a standard set come out that reinvented Vintage?
Very
rarely.
Often in like from like the year 2000 to 2010, right?
Yeah, you had
stuff that added Vintage of that.
You had Affinity.
Yeah.
But we had like Urza's. The Urza's block is probably one of the guiltiest sets of all time of like stuff that did broken degenerate stuff in older formats. But that was because it was only like 5 years removed from the game coming out anyway.
Yeah.
So right. But you fast forward some, and it's just like, I mean, take a look at like Kamigawa. What gets played in Vintage in Kamigawa? Jit. Like that's about it, and that's probably. I don't even think Jit gets played anymore. Jit was like a outside. You might have one somewhere in a deck that relied on creatures. You would sideboard Jit in if you were playing Merfolk versus like other Merfolk decks or something like that, because whoever had the Jit active won, right? But it's just like random stuff like that. And that was the thing about Vintage. It was like a card that cracked the 75 in Vintage had to be insane. And it was almost always a card that drew 3 cards. Because you had cards like Treasure Cruise managed to make that jump, because it was like busted, because Delve as a mechanic is busted. But you had random stuff like that. And so I think it's like they stopped designing blocks. There is a problem with like the block format, right? That from a design perspective, he's like later. No, this side. This side's better. There's a problem designing block formats, but it felt like they were designing block formats to be played against themselves, and then occasionally stuff would spill over into standard. And so when they moved away from that format of designing for blocks and they just started designing sets, that's where I think things have gone off the rails. Because it doesn't feel like there's any. I don't even know how much crossovers between the teams on sets, right? Because you have a set like what was it, Throne of Eldraine come out and ruin standard for years.
Yeah.
Right? I can't.
There was the whichever one had energy, I feel like ruined standard.
Kaladesh did.
That's
yeah.
Kaladesh. Okay.
And Kaladesh ruined modern for a bit too. But Eldraine, I see people complaining about Eldraine. They're just like, rotate it early. Just rotate. Nobody wants to play Eldraine Standard anymore. Get this out of Standard. Like Standard could be fun without Eldraine in it. Or you have like the Companions, right? Where it's like Companions. I don't know what was going through their head when it came.
They
to
hit
things.
And they were immediately broken in every format.
In literally every format.
Yeah.
And
they had to reinvent the entire mechanic.
They had to errata, so the card that you pull out of the booster pack doesn't even play the way that it says, right? That's and they don't that was like essentially an unprecedented move. And that was like the emergency break.
They rarely ever errated things in the past.
They would just ban it, right? They're like, this card's just problematic, ban it.
If they want to don't play it, they'll just make a new version of it that does the thing they want it to do. Right?
Yeah. So
Oko and Fire's invention in the same set. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Stream over.
Stream done.
Rant
Magic rant done.
Eddie needs.
I didn't even rant about the secondary market. I was talking about the primary market in that case. The secondary market for Magic, I don't see how it's any less manipulated than say like Wall Street's bets is.
Yeah.
At this point. So yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Everyone have a good week, and I'll see you next week. And you guys, or maybe Saturday, but
yeah. We'll have some. We'll be here. We'll be doing
in
some
Discord
stuff.
If you want to know when we're going live and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the best place to do it.
Yep.
All right. Goodbye.
See ya.